Melissa Ferris here at Road America with Scott Russell. Supposedly this guy's won a bunch of stuff, Daytona once or twice or 5 or something like that. Tell us what it's like being a racer turned commentator.
First off, I'm glad you've done your homework, but yeah, it's been difficult to be a commentator more so than a rider. Rider, you know, it was easier to just go out and do your job, and then the interviews came really natural. So now, I tell you, I get a full-on sweat, you know, before the race comes on. I'm getting more comfortable. This is my 3rd year doing it. So it's not an easy transition, especially when you speak Southern like I do and haven't had no formal training. So it's always a work in progress, and I feel like I'm finally getting my feet under me, and I'm comfortable being me on TV.
Is it, like, what sort of things can you do to make your job easier? I see you walking around the pits a lot. Tell us how you're doing your homework.
Well, that's it. You know, I want the riders to go home and watch the race at night and be happy with what I've done and feel that I've said the right things. And that's really the best thing you can do is just talk to them more. It's like trying to learn how to be a rider. You know, if I had questions back then, I'd ask the guy that I was racing against, who's faster. You know, just try to learn from the people that are better. And now I'm trying to learn from the riders and just get inside and know what they're working on the bike. You know, I don't have to get too in depth, but you want to have something good to talk about when you go into the booth.
Now, I know you're getting up there in years, and it's basically been ancient history since you've been on a motorcycle. So tell me, have things changed a lot since you were last racing?
Wow. Ancient history. Huh. I can still go out there and outrun half these guys, so don't forget that. But, you know, the electronics, the tires, the suspension, all of it's changed, you know. So when we rode, this was our traction control. Now they've got a lot of rider aids and stuff like that. The game's changed, you know, and everything's gotten better. The corner speeds are higher. Lap times are way faster. So I get on some of the new stuff now. I teach with Yamaha Champions Riding School, and I get to ride the new R1s with the TC, and so I kind of do that to keep myself in tune with what they're doing, and I'd like to get on Josh's bike again just to get another idea. But you know, it's everything evolves all the time, and I'm just happy to be back in the sport that I stayed away from after my accident for 8 years. So it's good to be back.
We're glad to have you back. How hard is it, though, for you to watch? Like you just said, you're pretty sure you could outrun a lot of these people, and I've seen you at a couple club races goofing around. I mean, is there like a longing there still when you're watching everyone else dice it up?
Not really. A lot of times passed. 2001 is when I really hung the leathers up for good, and you know, that went away, I think, in the 8-year period that I sat at the house wondering what am I going to do with the rest of my life. You got to let it go. You know, I'm 47 now, and this is a young man and woman sport, and so I don't have too much desire to ever get back out there. I got nothing left to prove. All my points are up on the board now, and that's where it stands. I had a great career and worked with some great people, and all I look for now is to continue to work with you guys as riders and girls, and just be part of the sport that I love.
Cool. We're glad to have someone with your credentials around, kind of calling the TV program for us. So thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.